Hi, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. This is the place where we pull back the curtains and we dive into the creative process. And today, we're going to be talking about having the edge. I have a fabulous cyclist that I met at the Harlem skyscraper bike race where I sang the national anthem, Gregory Wingtoe. Welcome.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Oh my God, I knew I had to interview you. You were just incredible. You were on your racing bike. I had just sung the Star Spangled Banner and America the Beautiful, and there you were at the race.
And we just bumped into each other, and then Rose said, we have to take photos together.
I know, Rose Billing of Black Tie Magazine.
Yes.
Yes. And so you were in the race.
I was actually coaching. I wasn't in the race. I was coaching.
And so
I tried to get into the race, and because I was hit by a drunk driver, I missed 2 years of racing. Mm-hmm. And they downgraded me from professional Cat 1 to a Cat 5. And Richard Fox tried to get me in the race. Mm-hmm. And they said, oh, you had too many years not racing.
But
so,
you're coaching people and inspiring people.
Yes, I'm an Olympic coach in cycling and track and field cross country.
How did you get into this? Have you always been into sports?
Well, I've always been an athlete. Mm-hmm. I started with a big wheel. When I was a child.
I loved big wheels. Yes. I forgot about those.
Right. And then my mom, rest in peace, she got me an Apollo 3 Speed.
Oh my God.
And that was my first big bike. And then I stuck with track and field, and then cross country and running. And then I became a high school teacher for 25 years. I'm retired now. I teach lifeguards and swimming.
Wow, you're a man of all seasons athletically.
Well, when you live in New York City, you have to have multi-talents because otherwise you'll be working at McDonald's. I also worked at McDonald's. That's a joke.
Right.
Yes. So I went to Kennedy High School. I ran a 4-minute mile after Kennedy High School, turned professional at 19 years old.
Westchester Puma Track Club, yes.
Right. It's in White Plains, and my coach, Mike Barnard, was my head coach, and at 19 years old, I turned professional, went to Bronx Community College and ran for Puma shoes.
Wow. Mm-hmm. And so how did you go from track and field to bicycling?
Because in the winter, you can't race. So I would stay in shape by running at the indoor tracks.
Right.
And then spring comes, now it's cycling season, March through the whole summer and the fall. Mm-hmm.
And where would you bicycle? Have you biked all over the country, all over the world?
No, not all over the world. I've trained riders from all over the world.
What does it take to train to race bicycles? I mean, how many hours a day, and what do you do?
Well, in the winter, when I was running indoor track, I would run indoor track, but then I would ride my wind trainer in my bedroom.
Oh, okay.
Where you attach your wind trainer to your rear wheel, and you ride indoors if it's raining or snowing. And I loved my wind trainer, and a lot of cyclists don't like riding their wind trainer.
Wow.
But that's what really kept me in shape for the spring through the winter, my wind trainer.
So that's what gave you the edge.
Yes, and doing sit-ups, going to the gym, doing my sit-ups, doing squats.
Mm-hmm. And what about your diet? What kind of diet do you have? You have like absolutely no body fat.
Right. Well, when I was racing professional full-time, I had a resting heart rate of 37 and 42. Wow. Which is professional resting heart rate. And my body fat was 1.6% body fat. Wow. And they were like, oh, that's like tittering on, danger. But it was because I ate what I wanted to eat, basically. Mm-hmm.
So you didn't restrict yourself?
No, well, I also juiced. I worked at a health food store in the village. And I would juice. Do smoothies, eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich during the bike race, just like that. But when your metabolism is speeding, you're burning fat.
Right. Now, but what is it, like you said you're bicycling, 6 hours a day per se. What do you do?
4 to 6.
4 to 6. Mm-hmm. How do you keep your mind focused? How do you keep...
You wake up in the morning and you go and you meet your teammates. I had teammates and I had training partners.
How does it work with the teammates? I could not believe it at the skyscraper Harlem race. These masses of bicyclists, and they're going at speeds that I can't even fathom, and you're all together like
Right.
that.
So a bicyclist is a person that rides a bike. A cyclist is a person that races, that has a license.
You have to have a license to do this?
A cycling license.
How do you-
Like a driver's license.
So how do you get that?
You get that from the United States Cycling Federation.
And do you have to do anything to get the
Yes,
the
you have to
license?
race, and then you apply for your license. They send you a license. You start off as the Cat 5, then the Cat 4, then the Cat 3, then the Cat 2, then the Cat 1 is semi-pro, and then pro.
And then pro is like at the Harlem skyscraper race, they were qualifying for the Olympics.
Well,
And there were some Olympic riders there.
Yes, and you had people from all over the world racing, and the women's race was incredible.
Oh, I know. Those
right.
women were
Right.
unbelievable.
Unbelievable. And it was just, it was a small field this year because the prize money wasn't that much. At the Somerville bike race, they had $10,000 for first place. But Richard Cox had $5,000 for first place in the pro race. But, they still showed up because Harlem is a classic race. It's known just like Somerville.
Let's talk about this bicycle.
Okay, so this is a break, but
Why do you not have brakes on bike?
because it's called single speed. It's track racing, and they have no brakes.
How do you stop?
You don't. It's continuous pedaling. So you flip the wheel. I have my wheel on the freewheel side, so it moves. But on the track side, it doesn't move.
Oh.
You have to constantly pedal, and you have no brakes.
And so when you do want to stop, how do you stop?
You don't stop.
Well, eventually you got to get off.
Well, you skid. You can skid.
Is the seat a special seat?
Yes. So this seat is made in France. It's made from time. It's a carbon fiber seat, and it's very light. It's very expensive.
I know you said you didn't want to go on the subway with it.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Now the bike I met you on.
It's very lightweight. My racing bike, yes. My team bike, yes.
And tell us about that one.
That's a Specialized Alez.
Alez.
And it's aluminum. It's not the carbon fiber frame. It's aluminum like this one. So I got it, and it's very fast. The wheels are fast.
What makes the wheels fast? It's faster than this
Well,
one?
your legs make the wheel fast.
Right.
But the wheels do help with aerodynamics and crosswinds, and also potholes. If you hit a pothole, you don't pop a spoke. This wheel is made in France. Mavic, made in France.
So is this, what kind of bicycle do they use in the Tour de France?
A road bike.
That's different than this.
Right. This is a track bike
Okay.
for velodrome racing.
And what is
Indoors.
Indoor, okay.
Right. So the word Madison Square Garden comes from cycling.
Really?
A lot of people don't know that.
I know, tell me.
Madison Square Garden. Madison is a cycling event. The Madison.
Where is that?
That's in Europe mostly, but they used to race in Madison Square Garden.
When it was downtown or this?
Yes, downtown.
Oh my goodness.
It was a track race before it became a basketball court.
Let's talk about how you work with the team.
Okay.
What is the dynamic of
Okay,
the
so
team?
I work with my team. I make sure that they're eating and sleeping and properly.
That's as a coach.
Right,
you're doing
stretching, doing yoga.
So as a cyclist, you have them do yoga.
Yes, because you can stretch all the muscles. You can also swim for rehab, or you can swim to relax. Because sometimes the cyclists will get too intense in the mind and want to ride all the time when you don't have to. You may want to just go swim when you need to swim.
So when you say they get it in their mind, do you think the
because-
cyclists become single tunnel vision?
Yes, they become, I shouldn't say it, but some cyclists can be anal retentive with training hard all the time, and you don't have to. You should go out and ride 40, 60% of your effort to maintain your fitness. When you're sweating, you're burning fat, and you're speeding up your metabolism. You speed up your metabolism when you work out in the morning. metabolism.
So how many workouts do you do in a day that you're going to be riding your bike?
Okay, so it depends. Like Kenyan marathon runners, they work out in the morning, lunchtime, and then they work out speed work in the evening at night when your muscles are most warmest. Cyclists go out in the morning because bike races are in the morning, could be in the rain. So you have to ride in the morning. In Europe and Belgium, they race on cobblestones, which is the hardest. Racing in the rain is the hardest.
I was in France last week, and the cobblestones, I had trouble with my shoes.
Well, your shoes are fabulous, baby.
Thank you. I can't imagine riding on it.
Right. So racing in the rain on cobblestone is the hardest racing in cycling.
I bet, because you slide.
You slide. The cobblestones bounce you around. You have to You have to pick out special tires, not the wheel, but the special tires for rain. Continental makes the best tires for rain, in my opinion.
Wow.
But I have also other tires that work. But it's a skill to race in the rain. Some riders don't like racing in the rain. I've done races in the rain in Central Park, and going down 110th Street Hill. I was the first one down the hill because guys are crashing behind me. So I was like, oh, I got to stay in the front. So I used all my energy staying in the front, but my teammate won the race when I raced for Casino cycling team.
Wow. So again, in terms of, you have a team, how does the team work? I mean, is there a captain? I mean, are there positions in the team?
No, you have a lieutenant. The lieutenant is the best rider on the team. But you have breakfast in the morning. When we do a stage race or we go to a bike race, we discuss the tactics before the race.
So there's strategy.
Yes, it's always strategy. Plan A, and then you have to have a plan B. If your best
that's like life, right?
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it is. You know, if you want to hit the lotto, if you're broke, then you play scratch offs. But yeah. So I'm glad you're so fun. Yeah, well, this is a great conversation. So we discuss the strategy at breakfast, and we decide who has the strongest legs for the day, who feels the best, and the lieutenant mostly has that.
How many members are on the team? 9
in the Tour de France and Giro d'Italia, which is in Tour de Spain. You always have 9 riders.
And are you riding simultaneously, or do you go
Yes, you stay together. You stay together. It's called drafting, and you stay on your team meals with you stay in your teammates' draft. It's called a juicy wheel.
A juicy wheel.
Right.
Like
it's the strongest rider, and that's the rider that you follow. But it could be from another team. So then the team will shift to the juicy wheel from another team, because that's the juicy wheel, that's the fastest sprinter.
Ah, okay.
Right, like at the Harlem race. It kept shifting because...
That's what I didn't understand, because I didn't know that.
Right, and 75 minutes for the pros is too short. They should be racing 2 hours.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you think they're not?
Because of the permit. They had the permit. Richard Cox has a permit for a certain amount of time. Like in Central Park, the cyclists have to be out of the park by 9:30.
I see.
So the race can't go on for 2 or 4 hours. You have to get the women's race, the veterans, the senior race, and the pro race. It has to be all within 6 o'clock in the morning till 9:30. And then the runners take over, and the runners don't like cyclists.
Why?
Because we're interrupting with their running.
Well, I do have to say there were a lot of bicycles there, but it was so exciting, and it was exciting to see, I mean, the level of fitness that all the riders had. We were talking earlier about hair and weight, so let's talk about that. Okay,
so the shaving that a cyclist and a swimmer does, the swimmer does it because it creates bubbles,
right,
on your hair follicle. Cyclists shave arms and legs because if you crash, you want to clean your skin. And the hair creates dirt. Oh. And then it's harder to clean your skin.
Interesting. Does it make you faster?
And it's also, yes, it makes you faster. It makes you lighter. You feel the wind against your skin. When you have hair, you don't feel the wind against your skin as much. And the hair creates dirt that pops up from the road.
Interesting.
And it gets on your legs, and then you got to clean your legs, clean the hair. But if you're shaved, It's easy. You just put some alcohol, or you just, and you just clean and you shower off.
I never
Just like a
even-
swimmer.
So let's talk about the spiritual component of cycling.
Spiritual
My
component.
mother, you don't know me, but my mother at 50 decided she was going to have an entire life. She was a chef in the wine business, and she decided to close her restaurants, and
Right.
she wanted to find what was next. So she rode her bike
Right.
with a bike group from Seattle, Washington to Delaware to
Right.
Rehoboth Beach, and that took 6 weeks. And it was a spiritual journey so that she could trust in the universe that all was going to be well on this bike ride, and that everything that she needed would come to her on the ride. So tell about your spiritual.
that's Native Indian.
and you're Native
Yes,
Indian.
I'm Cherokee and Blackfoot, but that's Mother Nature telling her, just enjoy your journey. Whatever happens, happens. But your mother had a path that she wanted to travel on. She made her mind up, I'm going to go there.
Yeah. She also went from Paris to Santiago de
Wow.
Compostela
And that's
through the Alps.
Right. And so sports is 90% mental, 10% physical.
Really? Can you
Yes.
explain that?
Yes, 90% mental means if you wake up in the morning and you don't feel like riding or swimming or running, you're not going to do it.
Right.
10% is physical.
Right. Well, I mean,
Right. It starts in the brain.
everything does.
Right. It does. If you want to be a professional,
Right.
go to the Olympics or World Championships, or even just win a bike race, you have to be committed, 100%, 150% committed. And that really takes, I've trained 2, 3 really professional women in cycling. Evelyn Stevens, she went to World Championships. I met her in Central Park, and she wasn't riding aerodynamic, and I corrected her aerodynamicy. And she said, wow, how do you know that? I said, I'm a coach. I'm an Olympic coach. I was a pro for many years. And you're riding upright when you need to be down, tucked. And when she got down and she tucked, she passed me on the downhill. And that's how she knew it was aerodynamic.
Oh, wow.
Because she was riding like this, and then she went like this, and boom, she went. Brrr.
So let's talk about the power of a coach. I mean, for me as a vocalist, I go to my voice
Right,
teacher.
right.
I coach every week.
Right.
And I rehearse.
Right.
One move can totally change your game.
Oh, absolutely.
Can you explain that a little bit? I mean, you just did with your female.
Right. So
Cyclist.
in cycling, it's the hardest sport in the world. Because if
Why?
because if it's raining, you still have to race. It's not like tennis where you can get a towel. Swimming, when they swim, when you hit that pool, you're swimming.
Right.
Marathon, when that gun goes off in the marathon, you're running. Cycling, when the gun goes off, you're cycling.
No
If you
matter the weather.
Right, but cycling is hard because when you crash, you get up and you want to get on your bike, check your bike before you check your body. Cyclists do that.
Really?
Yes, they crash, and the first thing they do, they look at they're bleeding from the head or they're bleeding from the arm, but they check their bike to make sure the bike is still working so they can keep racing, because the race is ahead of them, because now you've crashed. So now you got to catch up.
Oh.
At the Harlem race, there were crashes.
Right, I
The
saw.
guy from Albacete, he was a pro from Europe, and he crashed, and he was bleeding from the head.
But he gets up.
He got up, and then they took him out of the race because they had to do head concussion, checkup. And so cycling is the hardest sport because you do it all year round. You race in the rain, you race and you crash, and you keep going, and there's no timeout.
Right.
Like basketball, baseball is sitting in the dugout, and they wait till it's your turn to, get up. And I used to be a pitcher in baseball in junior high school.
Wow.
And I used to hate sitting in the dugout.
Yeah,
I wanted
hate
to hit,
sitting
I
backstage.
wanted to hit so bad. I couldn't wait to get to the plate.
Right.
But those sports they're sports.
What are qualities of cyclists that are at your level? Or
Qualities.
What are like attributes that in their personalities? Do you see similar personality traits?
Yes, because the cyclist wants to win a race.
So it's about winning?
It's love for the sport. Just like you love your singing. Anyone that, when you fall in love with anything,
Yes.
your brain
It's
moves.
dopamine.
Right,
Right?
right.
Right.
And it's a love.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to.
I love that. And you do stunts on movies.
Yes, Premium Rush. I did the stunt movie, Premium Rush. Yes.
Well, tell me about that.
It was the best. But, you know, I thought I had the best job when I was lifeguarding. You know,
really?
saving people's lives and, you know, making sure people were safe.
Where were you doing the lifeguarding?
All over Riverdale, pools in Manhattan, indoor pools, outdoor pools, beach lifeguard. I'm a water safety instructor.
Have you ever had to save someone?
Yes, twice. But because I was so strict, my lifeguards were like, "Oh, you're too strict." I said, "Well, on my watch, no one's gonna drown. If you're gonna be on your phone or not paying attention, someone's gonna drown." And so I was very strict as a head lifeguard.
How do you keep focused? Like, I would get bored.
You have to watch. You have to watch. Now I'm gonna make you laugh.
Okay.
Okay. So say I'm looking at the ocean, right? I'm looking at the beach, and
there goes a beautiful woman. No.
Right. I'm in my lifeguard chair, and two girls are laying on the lifeguard chair, like they do with all lifeguards, like Baywatch, and they turn around and try to talk to you, but I have to focus on the water and the people that are swimming. So I told the one girl, I'm still looking at the water. When I get my break, we can have a hot dog or whatever, ginger ale, whatever you want.
Right.
But right now, I have to focus on the people that are swimming.
So when you're gazing out, like especially at an ocean,
Right.
what is it that you're looking for?
You're looking for people that are drinking maybe and swimming and when they shouldn't be and maybe possibly drown. We have binoculars. Now they have drones.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And no, the drones can watch the sharks and the riptide. If there's a riptide, you have to swim to the side to save your life. If you swim forward, you're going to drown because riptide comes in sideways and forward, and you have to swim towards the shore.
Right. Wow. That's good to know. Next time I'm in the ocean, I'll think about that. Definitely.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? What is next for you?
Well, just really try to stay in shape and hopefully, you know, coach cyclists that need coaching.
And you have a bike shop?
Yes.
And where can people find you?
Sleepy Hollow Bike Shop in Tarrytown.
In Tarrytown. And what would you say your purpose is?
My purpose is to be an athlete and pass it on to other people, my knowledge.
Which you're doing.
Right.
With your coaching.
Right.
And inspiring people.
Right.
That's beautiful.
Right.
That's
just
beautiful.
like what you do with your singing, I'm sure people ask you for advice.
What would you, if somebody wanted to be an athlete or a cyclist, what would be like 3 things that you tell them that they need to do?
First thing is learn how to swim, become a lifeguard. You'll never be unemployed.
You mean to be a cyclist or
to never be to be an athlete. If you become a lifeguard, you'll never be unemployed. Wow. You can travel all over the world. You can take your mother, your grandmother to Brazil, Spain.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Puerto Plata, whatever you want to go.
What are 2 other things that you would tell them?
Okay, to stay in shape, do your sit-ups, do your push-ups, stay in shape, run, do your cardio. Cardiovascular is very important. Eat healthy, get your sleep.
How important
and don't
is
party
sleep?
too much. You know, these teenagers now, they party too much. And they're lazy. They're on their phones. They don't want to, you know, they don't want to work out. You know, go to the gym, get a job at a gym. When you get a job at a gym, like I had to do when I was younger, I got a job at a gym. I looked up at the New York Times and it said, oh, hiring a lifeguard and trainer. I said, oh, I'm on it right away. And I got a job and I have to pay for a membership at the gym.
Right. I did that too. I became a yoga and Pilates
instructor. There you go.
I loved it. But I taught a lot of yoga for seniors, and I got them from the chair to the floor, which was really,
self-empowerment. You gave them self-empowerment.
Yeah, it was so
and that's
exciting
very
to
important.
see them.
Self-empowerment is so important.
Yeah.
And that starts with waking up in the morning and saying, I'm going to be fabulous today. I'm going to do the best person I can be today.
We have just a few more minutes. I just want to go over, talk about your last name and your Native American background.
So my family, my extended family, all served in the Korean War. I'm the only one that didn't become, I didn't serve in the military. I wanted to stick with track when I ran at Kennedy High School. They said I could have joined the Army. I was like, no, I don't want anybody telling me what to do every day. I was, that felt like bullying.
Right.
So but I did become a lifeguard, and I still serve for the Red Cross. And so that was my service part, lifeguarding, making sure people are safe at the beach, at the pool.
That's beautiful.
Yes, and I ran a summer camp for underprivileged children and then formerly incarcerated teens that were, doing bad stuff, and I taught them how to swim so they become lifeguards so they can get out of their
You gave them purpose.
negative lifestyle. Right.
Yeah, you
that
gave
lifestyle.
them purpose.
Right. So what was the other part of your question?
Oh,
I'm
I
sorry.
just was asking about your American Indian.
Oh, right. So my grandfather is Cherokee and Blackfoot Indian.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
And so the Blackfoot Indian, is that part of your athleticism? Do you think you have it?
Yes,
You
because
inherited that?
well, Indians and Kenyans and other peoples, Spain, they they used to send messages, by running marathons on marking on trees. There was no mail.
Right.
That was the mail marking on a tree.
Wow.
And follow the tree and follow the buffalo. So you could eat.
Yeah. Wow. Greg Wingtoe, I am so glad you're here, and I'm so glad we met.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
You're a blessing. You're an angel.
Inspiration. You really are.
Thank you.
And so I like the focus when you just determine and you do it. That gives you the edge. That gives us all the edge, no matter what we do in life.
Yeah.
Definitely. I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage. We air every Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on MNN. We're also on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple TV. You can also see us on Black Tie Magazine. And you can reach me at quinnlemley.com. Sign up for my newsletter, and I'll see you at one of our concerts coming up. Until next time, I'm Quinn Lemley with Secrets of the Stage.